Welcome to another edition of the Smokebox for BREALTV. I'm Dr. Green Thumb. Hello. Today, our special guest in the box is my homie, former NFL player, Kyle Turley, up in this piece.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, brother? And
amazing to be here.
yes, and we're accompanied by, my other bro over here,
What's up, y'all?
E-Zone.
What up?
E.
Nice to have you, dog.
And we're smoking.
Appreciate it, man.
And we're smoking some
Thank
insane on some 10 mil funky field tips, just to let you know. We're big smoking today. Kyle, it's great to have you here, man.
Great to be here, brother. It's been a while. Last time I think I was with you, we talked about was at a High Times event.
Right.
But the first time I was with you was at the Rainbow Room.
That's right.
Probably 15 years ago.
Fuck.
You might not you might remember this just because of other people, I would say. That China wrestler chick was there.
That's right.
With her then husband or something.
Yeah, with Sean.
And you were there with Sendog.
With Sendog. Yeah. No,
I found out Sendog was a huge Saints fan.
Yes.
I sent him a jersey.
Yes. That's right.
The dog likes his football.
Yeah, man.
Loves his football.
Yeah, man. I got to get you a jersey.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Rams, baby.
All
Super
day.
Bowl champs.
That's right.
Yeah. Were you a Rams fan? Who was your team?
Yeah, Rams.
Awesome. That was my team growing up.
I always toggled between Rams and Raiders. You know what I mean? But when Raiders left that last time, I was like broken about it. I was like really pissed off, and I was like, you know what? I fuck with the Raiders, but you know what? When the LA team comes here, whoever that might be, I'm gonna fucking beat Team LA. And the Rams came back. Who knew?
Still got that fly ass gear though.
I still do got that Raiders.
You had to, man. Bro, the Raiders are going to come back to L.A. I've been telling people this. They're like, no, Vegas. I'm like, no. The Rams went to St. Louis. The Raiders are coming back to L.A. Al Davis wanted the Raiders in Los Angeles. Yeah, it is the black hole. You can't put it anywhere else.
It's the real market for them, yeah.
You can't go to Oakland with it. It's maybe, sorry, Oaktown. It's hardcore up there, right? But L.A. Did you go to a Raider game in the Coliseum?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That shit was like a gangbanger convention.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy because their fans are like gangbangers from all over the world. I mean, all over the fucking state.
Yeah.
And then football fans.
Sorry, first one, shit.
And then it's football fans. You know what I mean? Like it's an odd combination and passionate fucking fans they are, man.
Dude, my dad
passion is an understatement.
Yeah.
My dad was like, we can't stay for the end. I'm sorry, kids. We got to get out of here before this thing lets out.
Oh, yeah.
We're running to the parking lot to get out of there.
For sure, because, I mean, if you were caught up with the opposing team jersey, I remember going to one of the games at the Coliseum.
And they were white. That was us. Get out of here.
I seen a dude wearing a Green Bay jersey, and they fucking gave him the business.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even their, like, main rival, and they fucking gave him the business.
You can't show up with an opposing team jersey.
No, you bet. If you do, you got to sit wherever there's other opposing fucking team fucking fans.
The safe zone.
Yeah, the safe zone, because if you're in the fucking...
No chance.
No
chance at all.
And football has some passionate fucking people, no doubt, man, but... When the gangsters start getting involved, because they're fans too.
Oh, back then you could get a ticket for $20.
$20, yeah,
and go to the game. So it was lit, right? It wasn't like all these bougie deals that they got going on right now, where it's just nothing but business people at these events. It was real fans back in the day, like when they were up in Oakland and Metallica's playing the parking lot. Right? You know what I mean?
Fucking there ain't nothing like that.
No, the Raiders are coming back to LA. I promise you that. That stadium is beautiful. It speaks to the Raiders, but it looks like a spaceship, so I'm expecting it to take off and get back to LA at some point.
Hey, remember, he said it first. If it happens, remember you heard it from Kyle first.
On the Smokebox.
Hey, what type of things were you listening to before games to pump yourself up? Because music...
Slayer.
Really?
Sorry. It's an easy answer, man.
That is an easy answer.
Yeah.
I would imagine that a lot of dudes were listening to that type of shit, especially Slayer, because their shit is so aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's what it was. You know, I grew up in Moreno Valley, California,
Cali boy.
Yeah, Moval.
That's right. You went to San Diego State.
Yeah, I went to San Diego State, but back then, growing up, was the music era. I mean, Cypress Hill, everything. I got to see everything come alive. Right?
You like the aggressive shit.
The beginnings of Ozfest and these big festivals going around with all the big four, right? But we were in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When that was going, I'm 46 now. So it was like, I grew up on all of that, and it just spoke so much to me immediately that as soon as I heard Slayer, though, it was just like, end,
crazy.
Done.
Nuts, right?
Yeah. Seasons in the Abyss, every game, right before, at this exact time, so I could be the last guy out of the locker room, running through the door, not just opening it.
Totally pumped.
Yeah, and straight to the field.
You ever meet them?
Yeah, man. I got to have the opportunity to burn down with Tom Araya in the back of the bus in San Diego.
Right on. Salute to Tom, man.
Yeah, big Tom, man.
Cool motherfucker.
Cattle rancher.
Yeah.
Texas. He owns Black Angus cattle. It's so awesome. And then Kerry, man. Kerry's an IE guy.
Yeah.
Kerry was, always a great guy whenever, because I was good friends with Phil Anselmo. I got to the Saints.
Yeah.
And I
Pantera,
became,
man.
Exactly.
Another badass fucking band right there. Rest in peace, Dimebag.
Damn right, man. And Vinny, man. Jeez,
and
unreal.
Vinny,
It's so hard to think that both of those guys are
both
gone.
of them, yeah.
Unreal, right? You even still forget that Vinny's gone too.
Yeah,
I still do too. I'm just like, oh, damn.
They're so badass, man.
Yeah,
I love Pantera.
And great guys.
Yeah,
but I was around them, and so getting drafted by the Saints. That's what hit me in the music was going there, New Orleans, from Pantera to the Neville Brothers and all these people that I got to meet down there.
Crazy.
Just the music
the
spectrum.
roller coaster. Yeah.
Unreal.
Is that like those are more like secret amenities, huh? Because I guess if you're on that level, you got to meet him. Like if you get put on a certain team, do you get like city amenities?
Oh,
fuck yeah. Like you're like
being Be Real in LA.
Right. The dispensary, they know him. It's like, hey, what's up?
Come on in.
Yeah, man. I mean, anything you want, anywhere you want to go, any restaurant you want to eat at, any concert you want to go to. I took full advantage of that, 100%.
I think you have to, man. Like you go get the full on experience and live it to the fullest.
You have to. I met every one of my idols in music through my opportunity that I knew I had, and it was a short window where I could just walk into anywhere, and I would take boxes of merch from the Saints and go. Now I'm great friends with Chino and all the boys from Deftones, right?
Because they're on tour right now too.
Damn right, these guys, and I know these guys because Jerry Cantrell, all these guys, to you guys, and being able to walk up at the Rainbow and be like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan, man," and you go, "Hey, sit down, I want to roll you a joint." And you break out this big old thing, and I'm like, "What the hell is this, man?" And you pull out this before it even existed, right?
Like a minute.
Yeah, unreal.
Hey, it's a mutual respect we have, you know what I mean? Because I think, musicians and artists, we're fans of each other. We watch y'all play and be like, damn, this motherfucker kicks ass. And vice versa, you know what I mean? And then it's sources of inspiration when that bounce off each other. And I noticed that you took that to heart because, after your playing days had finished, you started working on music.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, music.
But you've been always
for me, it was
music.
it was always something, that was a part of my life because I grew up a surfer and a skateboarder. So, the guitar's always around, right? At the beach, at the skate park, at the pool,
music
whatever.
is always present.
Exactly. Somebody's playing some punk riff or whatever, singing some stupid love song, right? And so and then you just have either you like it and music's something for you or it's not. And it was for me, as soon as I could get my hands on a guitar and start picking notes, I just beat that thing to death. Never took a lesson in my life and just kept picking up little bits from people here and there. Always, and then when I went to the NFL, I would ask the coaches for a room at the dorms in training camp to go rent all the gear
and practice
and have all the guys on the team. Every team I was on, you'd have a guy that could play bass.
No way.
Oh yeah, it's on.
That's awesome.
Look back on a Hard Knocks episode. HBO did it on the Chiefs in 2006. And you can see what I used to do. And that was just with the Chiefs.
That's
Man,
dope.
when I was in my heyday in New Orleans, I was playing songs. I did a deal at the Super Bowl with Jay Moore. I got to meet Ralphie May, R.I.P. as well.
Yeah, you got to meet Ralphie May?
No, he was my boy, dude. We were in the backstage of the Sanger Theater in New Orleans, burning down, hotboxing backstage. That's where I met Ralphie May with Jay Moore, and I played a song on stage that I wrote about training camp. It was real funny, called the Training Camp Blues, and he let me sing it. Right, he just wanted that Saint influence because I was in the town, and it was big. Helped sell tickets, and we nearly sold out the Sanger there. Had a great show, and music's just been that part of my life, and then getting into it and meeting all these guys, and then knowing more importantly, the guys behind the guys,
right,
and being able to know the lighting guys and the pyro guys, and
because they're an important part of the get down, like one of the most important parts, because
it won't go without them.
It doesn't go without them, and they make the artist look fucking great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that goes unsaid a lot of the times in this industry is the folks behind the shit like that. Because, like you said, without them, the artist couldn't really get on.
Yeah.
And that stage.
It's all a part of the shit.
That made me fall more in love with the industry than music. And I just love music, And then the industry just took over. And I moved to Nashville. My wife's from Tennessee, so we moved to Nashville, and I was like, went full on into music. Did country for a while, still do it, still trying to rock shows and do my thing and figure it out, trying to find that hit, maybe I could get one day, but I had to get a lot of shit out first, and everybody wants you to write a book as a football player.
Right.
And I was like, I don't fucking even read books. I was an art major.
Yeah, I mean.
Put it in on tracks.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a way through art you could fucking do it, but you got to do it like what makes you feel
a picture book,
good about doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I wrote all the lyrics down, put it on inside the disc and the whole deal.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you have different outlets like that, because I know football was a fucking passion growing up and all that stuff. I mean, you put 100% effort deep into having a career, but it's like the fact that you brought your other passion to the forefront and didn't get drugged down by not being able to play anymore. You're like fucking found a new spark. That's fucking awesome, man.
Bro, every day I prayed to have something come out from these medical assholes that are calling this a poison, which fixed everything that I had going wrong.
Yeah.
To fix these joints so I can get back to the field, bro. There ain't nothing like the stage. You guys are in a very unique industry where you can continue to do that. And that's why I do it. The passion of being able to be on stage, be an entertainer, and be in front of people and
express your art.
Exactly. That adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I try to tell people I've done everything and nothing compares to running out of the tunnel at an NFL game and 90,000 people are going ape fucking shit crazy for you.
Yeah.
And you know it, right?
Yeah.
When you're the guy, there ain't nothing like that.
I would imagine that's very much like if you're the WWE fucking king at that point and you come into the arena and everybody's going ape shit for you. It's the same adrenaline rush being at the top of your game.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers.
I threw the helmet in that game in New Orleans that made me famous in football, right? Because I was an O-lineman. And as they're walking me off the field, the entire stadium, I was like, damn it, what just happened? I fucked up. But, this is awesome.
Like the Rock said, millions chanting his name.
Yeah, man, I got to, anyway.
Yeah, man.
But, I'm an artist. I didn't play football until I was a senior in high school. I always loved it. I always wanted to.
Like, what's that art guy doing? We got to get him
I was
on
a
the
wrestler.
team.
I was a wrestler. So I grew up wrestling. Started 7th grade, and that was my aggression sport. To one-on-one, I could go, fuck people up, do my thing, and and it helped me as a kid growing up in so many ways. To that football, I just never thought could, just because you're around too many people, you don't learn enough about yourself. But then, and all the football guys would challenge me all the time. They'd come in the wrestling room and I'd tie them in knots and be like, "Get the fuck out of here," And rest in peace, my boy Eric Swagger. Sorry, flashback here. a buddy of mine, he was a soldier. He lost his life, part of 22 kill, that deal. Yeah. And he was my football teammate, and he would do that stuff to me. And we'll get into that one, right? And what we do for that and how this can save that shit, right? But, I was always into that. My football coaches, they wanted me to play football. My senior year, I was finally at the level I felt I was big enough, because back then, Moreno Valley, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You had every kid from L.A. that parents said, I'm going to make money at my house, go out to Moreno Valley.
Right.
So you had Moreno Valley was very black and white. And there was, Latino was obviously huge in Southern California, but out of Moreno Valley it was massive people.
Yeah.
Like the biggest white boys, the biggest black dudes. And our team was huge. We had a team that produced 8 to 10 D1 scholarships.
You had mountainous motherfuckers.
And I was walking around campus going, I'm a little surfer, skinny wrestler. I'm like, I'm not going out there beating my head around with these guys. And my senior year, I finally said, okay, let's go. And I felt I was big enough and ready enough. And they said, just go play defense and get the football. I was like,
were your teammates there trying to challenge you wrestling matches?
Yeah, not anymore. No, not then. No, not after, they would come in and the top guys came in and I'd tied them up.
They're like, no, we don't want that.
No. So, when I stepped on a football field, I was ready. I told my son, I'm like, you're not playing football until you're a good wrestler.
Right.
Period. He's like, I want to play football.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Because if you could get down with wrestling, all the stuff from football you could learn if you got the passion.
100%.
And helps you with knowing how to shift your weight and use your weight and momentum.
Yep.
And all that.
The top NFL guys of all time, from Ray Lewis to wide receivers, I think Julio Jones and some other guys were top wrestlers in the state, wherever they're from. And
All-American.
All-American state champs, things like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I qualified for the Olympics right before I had to go to training camp in college. And I should have went to Iowa State instead of San Diego State, and then I would have been able to wrestle and play football as well. San Diego State, I was a surfer, so. And Cali guy, so, I had to go there. My Aztecs.
That's right.
12-win season.
12-win season.
Damn, bro. They're going to kill it this year. New stadium in San Diego coming up as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the team they're holding up now.
Chargers go back to San Diego. Yeah. They got to go back to San Diego,
at some point.
Yeah. And it leaves the void for black hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to have the
folks,
blue and the black, bro. Imagine that.
Folks in San Diego got so mad when the Chargers left. And I can't blame them, because that's how I felt when the Raiders left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, again, and then they went, they're in Oakland, and then they leave California for Vegas. It's like, oh man, okay, I can't do it. No.
And then to go to LA and then like make it like, oh, we're done. We're going to be here in LA now. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a, I don't like to talk too much about names anymore with ownership and management and all these things, but that's one team that really just doesn't seem to, in the media, get much praise for their moves. They should have took the Chargers out to the IE, is what they should have done, because that's where everybody from San Diego moves to.
That would have been a great,
massive.
That would have been a great move.
Imagine that at that racetrack place, build a stadium out there.
Yeah.
Because they shut that NASCAR track down.
Could have just called them the SoCal Chargers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Anyway, or Temecula, where everybody moved.
But they all want
still San Diego.
They all want that LA name because the LA market is.
I know. Yeah. But they got to go back to San Diego. The Chargers are San Diego. The Raiders are LA. It's going to happen. You'll see. Yeah. These are all moves that the NFL makes. I was in the big show. I paid attention to the business side.
And it all moves around.
I always knew the Rams were coming home.
Yeah.
That's my team. I from when I was a little kid, I got a picture of myself in a football stance wearing a Rams helmet that my aunt and uncle got me because my mom's from Orange County. Villa Park High School, shout out. And she I had Rams gear since I was a little kid. I knew they were coming back to LA.
Yeah.
They were in the Coliseum, even in Anaheim. I knew they were going to eventually get back to LA.
Yeah, I mean, the stadium that they're in now, I mean, how could you say no to that shit? SoFi is crazy.
That's LA. It's the Rams, man.
Yeah.
Ram it.
Ram it, goddammit.
RAM.
Hey, so I know that, aside from the music, got deep into cannabis? And how long has that been? How long has that relationship been there? You know, because I know, yeah, maybe publicly you know started going deep after your career, but you know, a lot of people that
sure
get into cannabis, they've been into it for years before maybe anyone knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
So was it something like a relationship that went back into your teens, or is it something that did actually happen after your career?
No, it was during my career, but mid-career,
right.
You know, I was introduced to cannabis. Players saw me getting pilled out by these trainers
Right.
during a situation I was dealing with. I was probably my second year in the league. You know, I'm open about my life. I tell everybody everything. But my second year in the league, I was going through divorce at the time and all the pressures of the game, everything, you know. So it was really weighing on me. I got married young and stupid right out of college, you know, and that didn't work out, right? So going through real life stuff that everybody goes through, right? And then trying to maintain an NFL career. And then you're going to these doctors and trainers at the time, they're going like, here's the solution. It's a pill. It's a pill. Yeah. And he saw me not, you know, finding any resolutions, dealing with all of this.
Still having an ongoing
Yeah, because we're all in there. We're all in the locker room. We're in the training room. And we're all around each other when we get prescribed medications and talk about our shit and whatever, right? It's a family.
Right.
And he took me home one day, and I won't drop a name, but Hall of Famer. And he said, Kyle, he gave me a joint. And he said, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to risk this now. I didn't, you know, I was All-American. I was first-round draft pick. I was 7th overall, right? Yeah. Out of San Diego State. You know what that fucking takes?
That's
Give
huge.
me a fucking break. And then, you know, I'm not going to blow this now, right? And he's like, KT, you already took the test, and it's over. You only take it once a year in the NFL. It's like, what? You're telling me? Because college, it was constant, random, right? And constant. And excuse me, I'm the Mormon kid from.
Yeah.
Send him.
What's
right?
he been doing?
So just like we know he's going to pass.
Yeah. Oh.
So none of our guys get suspended.
Right.
So I'm the guy they send into drug tests through college. So I think drug testing is constant, random. I'm like because I was always like, no problem, I'll piss in your cup. And cool, yeah. Our team gets a pass here, right? When the NCAA comes around.
Right.
So for me, it was constant and random. I get to the NFL and I would inform, this is once a year. I'm like, once a year?
Once a year, shit.
I'm sorry. Now you're gonna give me coughing because I was like, what? I grew up in Moreno Valley. All of my buddies grew this. All my buddies sold this. It was around me all the time. Yeah. I knew the biggest movers of this product since I was in high school, you know, in Southern California. Grew up surfing, skating. I'm like, this has never been a thing for me. It's always been something that I wanted to do. And he's like, smoke this joint. You already took the test. I was like, thank you. I went in that night, man, had the best night's sleep. It was the first night in like months that I had slept through the fucking night. Go to practice the next day. I'm like, bro, where can I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I had to get through my first drug, like that I had to talk to the trainers and everything and find out that no, the drug test had happened. They're not going to drug. I'm like, oh my God. So I started just smoking weed.
Like
it was over.
Like a whole new fucking
oh
deal,
my God.
Right?
But only after practice, only at night, you know, again, still stigmatized by, you know, the NCAA and all these.
All the shit that you were
that they
used
put us
to.
through.
Yeah.
And I saw my friends going through. My friends go to jail. You know, this is not this social equity thing. It's like, it's not about skin color. I got my boys that were little surfer kids that did 10 years in major prisons for this plant.
Yeah.
You know, that are white as ghosts and didn't have a good time. You know, so this really hit home to me. I had friends lose scholarships over this plant. I never thought that was cool, you know, and it made me, you know,
well, it villainized a lot of people.
100%, you know. Yeah, we had lots of guys where they got their scholarships taken from them because of this, and it just never sat right with me.
Yeah.
So I always spoke well about it, and then the opportunity to use it, and I was off to the races, you know. And from then on, it was just something that, again, helped me eat, sleep. I was an offensive lineman in the NFL. I mean, you got to eat like a horse if you're not a big old fat guy, which I wasn't.
Yeah,
I moved from defense to offensive line.
They're constantly trying to beef you up.
I trained. I didn't do anything, okay? I was committed to the dream. I didn't do growth hormone. I didn't do steroids. I never did anything.
All natural.
All natural. And that's eat, lift, sleep. Eat, lift, sleep, period, okay? That's all you got to do. Eat, lift, train, sleep. That's it. You take care of your body, you take care of your food, and you will grow. And I could turn you or anybody else out there into a monster if you commit to the program.
To the diet.
That's it. You commit to the process.
You work out.
That's it.
You fucking get that protein and carb intake.
That's it.
And you
it's all
fucking roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could look like a bodybuilder. You could look like anything if you commit to the process.
Yeah, you have to really be fucking disciplined on that.
Turnaround time on this, bro.
Yeah. 2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
For real.
If you really put it in,
2 months.
You can definitely transform in 2 months.
No, 2 months. That's what they would, apart from that is that I would commit to this so hard that's why they would drug test me as well.
Because they knew you'd be clean as fuck.
These guys are also trying to trick you out here too. They're trying to catch you, because they don't believe that you can do things, like that.
Yeah.
High.
Yeah. No, because they believe in the old stigma.
Exactly. Or without taking steroids, or without, any help.
Yeah.
That just hard work and effort and the process can get you through that,
Well, I'm glad they've taken it off the list so more players can actually take that as the option, whether it's concentrate edibles or flower, as opposed to those pharmaceutical pills that are doing nothing for them, really. You know what I mean? They're just suppressing slightly the problem, and they're not doing shit. And they're actually causing other problems.
100%. I was on every one of them, from muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories, painkillers, everything, to then psych meds. Was on Depakote, Wellbutrin, Zoloft. These turn you into a zombie, bro. Yeah, when you're in and out of the hospital having seizures now, fast forward from where we were to end of career, retire Nashville, sitting around trying to play music and have a post-football career or life, period. But now I'm in and out of the hospital with dizzy spells, having
the
seizures,
CTE, right?
Yeah, what is it from? They weren't talking to us about it back then.
They didn't want to talk about
Not at all. And so I was a spearhead in getting the concussion settlement enacted. I've spoke at Harvard twice. I don't have a degree from San Diego State. And that's when they asked me to come speak about how the NFL is going to face a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit based on a brain disease they're continuing to deny exists in their league. And then I spoke the second time about weed, and now weed's going to save it, because I was able to get off now every pill after coming back to California, being in and out of the hospital in Tennessee, saying to my wife, I've got to get back to Cali. One of my friends are saying this is, the opportunity's real out here in this, to find a medicine to help you.
Yeah.
And I was hearing it from others, and I came back, and within a year and a half of going through this 215 program, of being able to try everything, which was amazing. We need to get back to that. Prop 215 was an amazing.
It was awesome.
It was incredible, man. And people were really more importantly for the patients.
Right.
And that's what's been lost, and that a lot of people are talking about that right now.
That's a fact.
That the new rec industry's really harmed the patient, product. I mean, in and of itself, and the quality of products, and the consistency of the medicine. Being able to have people produce it freely and openly and sell it to their friends, and all these other things.
I think a lot of times the state and the city officials don't really know the industry that well, and they don't align themselves with the industry leaders and the people that have, been a part of the culture. So they don't educate themselves in, what the actual culture is in that moment, right? And in that moment, it was about the patients. And they just sort of disregarded that and made it more about the revenue that could be made from cannabis. And so they expedited certain things, but they drug their ass on others, and then, try to make different things, different rules and regulations to keep on having to pay, and the taxation and this and that. And it's crazy, Cannabis has helped California
Yeah.
in a crazy way in terms of economics, right?
But not what it could be doing.
Not what it could be doing, but realistically, all that money that they make from cannabis, right? You don't see where it goes, but they tax the fuck out of the industry.
LAPD.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say, but you don't know that it actually goes there.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
No, it's a major corruption, bro. That's I'm an athlete. I played a team sport that was based on strategy and game plan.
That's right.
And we have
playbooks
that are this thick that you got to go through on an offense in an NFL team.
You got to learn that shit.
And ultimately, at the end of it, you understand what's going on. Okay, and what's going on here in California in this industry is just a scam.
Yeah,
I've been on panels where I spoke after Lori Ajax, who used to sit there, is not a part of it anymore, who used to sit there and say at everything she went to, this is not my thing, I don't know about this.
Why
are you there? These
someone
things,
else.
There's a purpose.
Yes.
There's a purpose. And when you start, listening to the white noise of what's going on, they really have set this thing up to fail, and more so go into the hands of the corporate entities that it's going into, and take it away from the people, and in my opinion, for the medicine.
Right.
And that is why, because they want to continue to keep this medicine from people. How is it that I'm sitting in here in this smoke box with you, completely competent, coherent, and able to have this conversation about a highly, highly hot political issue,
right?
And be articulate about this conversation, right?
Absolutely.
And that is through this plant, who has saved so many lives that it is interrupting their process of ending lives, because it's clearly what it's about. It's not about anything else.
You want to know what's crazy is that in Jack Herrera's book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes, right? It says that from way back in the 20s and 30s, that corporations were always, stood against cannabis because it threatened many corporations in different industries, right?
Oh, there's the industry side that you can go all day on.
Yeah. And it's still that way now, right? They're threatened by it, but right now it's like they've gone beyond the threatened point and said, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and invest this shit in this and take it over.
Yeah, I mean, they're in it for the money, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a financial thing, but
there's no money in a cure.
Yeah, exactly. And when cannabis saves your life, when something saves your life, which cannabis saved my life, period.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking else. Okay.
This heals.
This right here, what we're doing right now, is why I'm here. This is what this life's about.
Cannabis heals.
It heals. It allows you to live a life that allows you to be a father, a husband, a productive member of society, someone who's being proactive, employing multitudes of people. If you can do these things, that can get you into businesses. I got diagnosed with stage 2 progressive dementia over 4 years ago. And I just recently went through these tests again because the NFL continues to deny that this disease exists,
right,
even through their own programs, when they're giving people,
when people
are getting the benefits, yet people like me who are saying, I've found something that works. Oh, well, you can't get the benefit. We're going to deny you that you even have this disease, that it exists.
Because
when my brain scans are off the charts, bro, I'm hanging on. And these episodes continue to happen, but this fixes it.
Right.
And I've been in these rooms. I spoke to the NFL, gave a full PowerPoint presentation at the top of the Marriott Hotel in Marina Del Rey to the entire NFL
and
their entire medical board, which consisted of the head of medicine of neurology for the United States military, the head of emergency medicine for the United States military, the head of neurology, and the chief medical officer of the NFL, but all these military guys that oversaw Afghanistan, Iraq wars. And after I give this full PowerPoint presentation at the top of this hotel, looking over all of Los Angeles, right then and there, they stopped suspending players for testing positive for marijuana. Awesome. They put the press release out that day. I had to sign a deal where I wouldn't talk about it. They said they'd threatened to crush my company, this, that, and the other, because I had to get in by submitting my company. I started a CBD company, right, and they made it unbelievably difficult. Canopy Growth was there. All these other big corporations were there, and they had me speak last. And they said, Kyle, after your presentation, we're going to not suspend players anymore for using this plan. And we know what this has done for you. And they had my psychologist that I saw in Nashville. Now, he's a part of the medical group at the NFL, that after that meeting won't speak to me now, period. Won't return emails, won't fucking nothing, bro. Ghosted me. And that's why I know it's about the medicine.
He got paid.
No, this is about the medicine. They know this. And I got an FDA letter to prove it because they told me to shut up about it with COVID. And then I was trying to tell people, look, I've been saying it cures everything else. Why wouldn't it cure a minor virus out here? The word cure is to get back to health, to live.
Right.
Not that you don't have a cough anymore, you might have a fever anymore, but you're not going to fucking die. Right. That's all I was saying. And I got a literal letter from the FDA saying, shut the fuck up. And I went on Dr. Phil, crushed him because of it. He had me on Dr. Phil's show talking about weed. I'm like, there's one thing in the world that hasn't killed a soul, and it's cannabis.
True that.
And we're sitting here having this conversation when the Dr. Fauci and these other people are saying we must have everything possible at our hands right now. And they're telling me to shut up. Why are they saying that? So, this is Bob Marley all over again. Why? Yeah. Why are these governments that want to do so much good for all the people?
Well, because they don't.
Why?
Because they don't.
Why do they have a problem with the plan?
Because I think some are looking at it like, if you can't beat them, join them, right? This is a healing plant, but they could make money off this healing plant, right? Because most of the time, they don't like putting money into a cure.
Yeah, it's happening.
Because there's really no money in it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's to not get too excited about them, but I do see a trend moving towards more control for these people in this medical industry on this plant.
You know what I see, and I've said it before. I think that the people that exist in the industry now that are non-corporate, right? They need to create a lobbyist group to bring a lot of these taxes down and to change what the industry is right now before the corporations send in their lobbyists to change it to their benefit, because they're the ones funding it.
Oh yeah, and they already are.
And they already are. Yeah. And that would be one way of sort of staving them off. But unless that happens, they're gonna come do what they will.
Yeah. And it's all good.
It's all good
because we can do our own thing in this industry.
Yeah, for sure. They can't wash us all away.
No. And that's we hope, right? We're hoping that they don't bring the wave, right? Well, at the end of the day,
I mean, we're in the wave right now. We're like, this is we're in the beginning. The wave is forming right now. You know what I mean? And we're like right there, waiting for it. And you got to ride it. Like some people have already been washed just by the beginning of this fucking wave right here.
Man, the flower shift from in October to in November from pricing.
Mom and pop style independent shops.
All the farmers going under because of all this, these million square foot grows going in by corporate entities undercutting prices. I mean, ultimately, it's going to be about brands at the end of the day.
Right.
That's why we do the things we do. Yeah. People always, you're just trying to make money. No, man, we see what's going on in this industry. We have to inject our opinions, what it is we feel. I mean, we're out here, our brand's out here trying to sell this product because of a medicine, and we stick to these strains do this for us. That's why. And what's happened out here is these things are starting to fade away. Certain strains are going away and that and the other, and you have to have people that know this to keep it in front of people. What's your thing? What does it do for you and why, and how these companies all work is what's going to ultimately survive it all and hopefully, be the products in Jeff Bezos' warehouse.
Yeah.
It's coming.
He's coming in too.
He's
gonna have the biggest delivery service out of everybody.
Yeah.
Need weed? Jeff Bezos.
Amazon, man. Unreal. It's putting everybody out.
Cannabis.
Cannabis. Oh man, dude, you guys are going out on tour coming up, man. You guys got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're rolling out with Slipknot, and in the middle of this month. Yeah, we should be fucking out there pretty soon with them, and I look forward to that. Man.
That's gonna be killer.
They kick ass.
Oh yeah.
And going
my boy
on.
Chris, he's the long nose mask.
Yeah.
Chris, he's one of the drummers.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Salute to all those guys, man. Those are the homies right there. Corey, Sid, Clown, all of them, man.
Yeah, man.
Those guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, Corey and them, and my boy Roy drummed in his band. He's in ministry out right now. All these guys, man. I'm touring. I'm going to be in Louisiana. Got some dates coming up. I got to give shout outs to that while I'm on the Smokebox.
Yeah,
coming up into June. I'm going to be touring in Louisiana with Hank Williams IV. He's out there, in the Strange Band. And we're trying to get Hank 3 back out there.
Come on, Hank.
Yeah, man. Get back to it, brother. And, I do the alt country thing, trying to continue to go down that road. And I got a show coming up called Run Boys. It's about SoCal. It's about bikers.
Nice.
And
we got to hook you up with Send Dog.
Yeah.
Send Dog's got, our boys from
Hillbillies,
back in
the
the
Cypress
old block,
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, I know all about it, man. I used to ride bikes and gave them up when the front fender popped off in a pothole that I hit. And I was like, well, what if the front wheel pops off?
Yeah.
Damn.
And that was post-football career, so I was like, I can't afford those surgeries.
Fuck that.
I've already had too many, man. But I love motorcycles, and got involved with this TV show that's going to be coming out. Hope maybe it's going to be a movie. I don't know. We just shot everything, so. Run Boys.
If you could fucking give a message to these young ball players coming up right now, like trying to have the career you had, and like aspiring to be that, a Hall of Famer and all that, what advice would you give them?
At this point, it's simple. Find your strains in cannabis that work for you. Understand this plant more than anything else in your life that you could possibly understand, and how it works for you, how it doesn't work for you, most importantly, so you can get to what works for you, because you have an endogenous cannabinoid system. It's the #1 regulatory system in the human body, and your body is your money. And if you take care of that body, and your brain especially, then you're going to have a career that, in my opinion, could have lasted 10 years longer. And that is going to be exponential financial growth. I could sit here and give you the kumbaya shit all day long, but this is money, okay? Yeah. And at the end of the day, if I had what I had in cannabis and went back to my career, I would have played probably 5 to 10 years longer and probably had 3 less surgeries than I ended up with having, because this plant resolves issues that I had never thought possible, especially with the brain. And at the end of the day, work your ass off and listen to fucking Slayer.
That's right. That's great advice, man.
And Cypress Hill.
All right. That's double on that, Kyle, man. I want to thank you.
Thank you, man.
For coming through,
sorry, I got my lighter in my fucking hand here.
Hey, man.
I'm so high right now.
Me too.
This is awesome, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Word up, man. Hey, let them know where they could find you at.
Follow Revenant. We have our brand out here in the shops. We're moving. We're almost at 100. RevenantMJ.com. I'm all around at all these events, trying to continue to play music, speak about this plant. So come up and say what's up. We'll be at Hall of Flowers next week. That's right. Or I don't know when this is going to air. Sorry. We'll be at the next Hall of Flowers you're going to be at, period. Whenever that the fuck is. And KyleTurley.com for my music. It's out there everywhere. It's on all the jukeboxes, so look me up. That's my work in progress. It was my book to the world, on tape, if you will. And I got a lot of new music coming down the line here, working on some stuff back in Nashville. So all the socials, IG and Twitter and all that crap we got going on. But end of the day, I'm out in the streets like you are always with the people.
That's right.
Don't be afraid to come say what's up, man. Appreciate every one of you guys out here pushing for this plant, and keep the hate out of this industry, because we really need all hands on deck.
That's right.
You know, that's one thing that this industry really needs to do, is really rally more than ever. We got too much hate going on.
Yeah, we need each other.
Yeah, big
That's
time.
Right. That's a great
The Chads,
message.
the Justin Biebers. We need the corporate guys. Some of these corporate guys we talking trash on. You know, I know some of them, and some of them are real good dudes.
Yeah.
You know, Bo Wrigley.
Not all of them are bad.
No, the CEO of Patron that went with Bo Wrigley to start their company that's out here. They're going to do like all these other brands with like Jimmy Buffett and all this shit. That guy pulled his yacht up in front of my fucking restaurant in Mexico I used to have down when I was losing my mind prior to committing to my music shit for about 2 years. And I lived in Mexico down in the Baja. And this guy pulls his yacht up in front of my house, and we come and hang out. I had no idea who he was, and he let me invite us out on his yacht, have breakfast the next morning and everything. I jumped off the top of it like 100 foot, 400 foot yacht, 100 feet off the top. I'm like, can I jump off your yacht before we leave? He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's my thing. So I climbed all the way up to his yacht. He let me do a big bomb into the Sea of Cortez, man. I was like, well, see you later. Well, where is this guy? He's coming back around, right? And he's in this. So we really need everybody, man.
Yeah.
It's some of the guys in this industry that are the Chads and all these other dudes. They're doing some good things. Where would we be without MedMen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, right? We don't like what's going on with certain things. We don't like what's going on where certain people came from.
But
and how
they carved out a path.
Bro, I mean, General Hemp in Southern California, in San Diego, what those guys did, MMJ Inc. down there, their stock's nothing. People should still be buying those guys' stock, man, from what they did for the industry. You know, they were the first to explode that thing. And a good friend of mine lost his life because he became a billionaire, you know, and they just got to their heads, right?
It happens.
And, but, you know, we need everybody, man. This industry is special. I've never seen anything like this industry at conventions or anything, or your concerts, right? Where you're playing with Cypress Hill and Slipknot, right? And every one of those people in that community are so diverse.
True that.
And all part of one family, bro.
Yeah.
Weed is the answer.
Weed is the answer. I co-sign that shit all day.
All day.
This has been another Smokebox. I want to thank you for checking us out. Make sure you check E-Zone out on High and Hungry, and We Don't Smoke the Same. Follow us at BREALTV, YouTube. You already know. Subscribe. Smash the like on this. Leave a comment and tell us what you think and what you've been smoking while you've been watching the box with us. And make sure you check out that Dr. Green Thumb show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live Pacific Coast time. That's 5 Eastern. And check that album Back in Black and the new Cypress Hill doc Insane in the Brain. That's going to do it for us. Stay high, stay with love, no booth, no negativity.
Got the heart of a lion, soul of a titan, mind of a genius, fly with the heighten. All your senses is senseless, resistant, relentless. It's what they call you when your grind is endless. Let's get this.
They say I'm psycho, I move weight like lipo. Got a big crib like Michael, out the window with a rifle. My wrist game on light show. I'm backstage with white hoes. I got pre-rolls in that red cup, that's key lime, don't like